Hey, what's up? This is Gardetrace, and Vegeta got eliminated. But really, is anybody surprised? Come on, you know the track record to Vegeta. He's always going to play second fiddle to Goku no matter what. That has been the case all throughout the Dragon Ball franchise. Anytime it seems like Vegeta would go on to step up and be the hero, Goku is always the guy who one-ups him. And to think that it would happen differently here is gotta be the most brain-dead stupid thing ever. Because come on. We just gave Goku a new form in Ultra Instinct, so, we're ultimately going to have a final showdown with Goku and Jiren. So Vegeta's elimination is nothing surprising. Put it this way, in Resurrection F, Vegeta didn't get to be the one to take out Frieza, despite the fact that Vegeta has much more history with Frieza than Goku does. We always have to boil it down to Goku being the one to take out the big bad. So this just really isn't surprising, but what I gotta say is, why the fuck did it take Jiren so long to eliminate Vegeta? In the previous episode, when Android 17 sacrifices himself, although his sacrifice was so very fucking stupid. Especially considering if 17 was going to kill himself anyway, he might as well let Jiren's attack kill him, and that would have resulted in Jiren getting disqualified. But no, we have to have characters holding the idiot ball. I thought 17 was a character with sense, and back during my video where I talked about him interrupting the magical suns, I declared him as my favorite character. But you know what? After this display, and as much ridiculous dick sucking as this series has been giving 17, I really gotta say I renounce what I said back then, because it's just, they can have a good thing going and then they just greatly ruin it. So we have 17, and just, you guys really make 17 look like a real dumb fuck for not doing the smart thing and getting Jiren disqualified. But then let's get back to Vegeta, because Vegeta is now so exhausted that he can't use any Super Saiyan transformation. And what I gotta say is, well, fucking finally! Because, well, characters have been magically regaining stamina throughout this tournament. Because we've had Goku, who is drained of all of his energy, and then he's given a little bit of energy by Frieza to be able to move around. And take note, this is Goku after he just gets raffle stomped by the likes of Jiren, and he has absolutely no energy left. So all Frieza did was just give him enough energy to be able to move around. But then all of a sudden, Goku is up against Caulifla and Kale, and then they fuse into Kefla, and then we have Goku going all Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, and then he uses Ultra Instinct again. And it's like, he's just been magically regaining his stamina, because the way Super Saiyan Blue works has not been consistent. It went from being very conservative of ki to being very draining of ki, and now Goku can just spam Super Saiyan Blue whenever the fuck he feels like it, despite how exhausted he supposedly is. So then we have Vegeta. Finally, we have him. He's so fucking drained, he can't go Super Saiyan, let alone Super Saiyan Blue. And then he goes up against Jiren. And really, this episode was just one drug-on waste of time. why didn't Jiren just get rid of his ass much sooner? Because Jiren really has no reason to keep him around, because Vegeta, he can't even go Super Saiyan, so he can't even hurt Jiren at this point. And really, this was just a matter of Jiren playing with his food. It's kind of like Vegeta when he was curb stomping Majin Buu. Because, you know, all Vegeta really had to do was just eliminate Buu quickly. And if you even try to make the argument that, wait, but they're trapped in, but like, their sons as well as Piccolo are trapped inside Buu, we gotta get them now. No, fuck that! Destroy Buu, because you got Dragon Balls to wish them back. They're all capable of being wished back with the Dragon Balls. So this isn't an issue. So, you know, that whole thing was stupid back in Dragon Ball Z, and this even stupider right now. And then what we have here is we're trying so hard to really make this an emotional moment, which really is just a huge waste of time. It's just, this series is trying too hard to make these tearjerker moments. And the only thing that makes this moment a tearjerker is the fact that this is one of the last lines recorded by Bulma's previous voice actress before she died. So that's the only real emotional thing that could come out of this. And you gotta remember, that's not an in-universe emotional thing, that's an out-of-universe emotional thing. If Bulma's voice actress were really still alive, there's really nothing about this moment to be a tearjerker. Because, well, the thing is, we had already gone through this song and dance routine back in the Majin Buu Saga, as Vegeta is standing up to Majin Buu even though he knows he has no chance in hell to win. So this is really just retreading what was already done before, especially considering those who say that this is a deep character moment for Vegeta. Really, it's a meaningless character moment, as we've already gone through this sort of thing, and this is where Vegeta finally lets go of his petty rivalry with Goku. So this is where his character arc really came to a close, until Dragon Ball Super decided to ruin it by him renouncing everything he said, so we can pretty much retread the eternal rivalry thing, so that we can just go through what we've already been through all over again. So really, this whole scene here was nothing more than a waste of time, and just really, Jiren had no reason to wait this long to eliminate Vegeta. And then that brings me to my next point. Jiren has no sense of urgency whatsoever. I don't understand why they are so fixated on trying to take Jiren head on. Why the fuck would they try to do that? They don't need to beat Jiren. Jiren needs to beat them, because we are down to the last 3 fighters of the tournament. Right now we have a one-on-one match going on with Goku and Jiren, but you gotta remember, Frieza is still around. Okay? Frieza is still around, he has not been eliminated. So, Universe 7 has the clear-cut advantage here. However, they've been so fixated on taking Jiren head-on instead of being more pragmatic and actually using their fucking brains for a change and just simply stall out the clock. Because that's all they have to do is stall out the clock. They don't have to directly defeat Jiren. Jiren has to be the one to beat them, and that was pretty much the case ever since we got down to the final 2 universes, as it was Universe 7 with 5 fighters remaining versus Universe 11 with 3 fighters remaining. So Universe 7 has had the advantage for the longest in this tournament, as they didn't even get down to their final 5 fighters, they didn't even lose half of their team until we got down to the last remaining universe. Which, that just showcases the amount of plot armor Universe 7 has had. My god, here's the thing. They have more ridiculous plot armor than Kirito, and that guy willed himself back from the dead, basically. But these guys are really still just putting him to shame in terms of plot armor because it's been absolutely fucking ridiculous. And before anybody tries to say, oh, you see, the Dragon Balls are going to go to whoever the best warrior was in the tournament, and if they resort to stall tactics, Zeno won't like that, and it's likely they won't receive the Super Dragon Balls. Which I've actually had someone make that argument with me, but here's the thing. Look at what Goku has done so far in this tournament. Goku has done quite a lot, and really, for him to try to resort to stall tactics now really wouldn't hurt his chances of getting the Super Dragon Balls, because put it this way, Jiren sure as hell aren't going to get him if they were to resort to these stall tactics, because if they run down the clock and Universe 11 loses because they have less fighters remaining than Universe 7, they'll be too dead to make a wish. And Frieza sure as hell ain't getting the Super Dragon Balls at this point because Frieza's done absolutely fuck all in this tournament. So it really wouldn't hurt Goku at this point to resort to stall tactics. So fuck that rebuttal completely in the ass. And the thing that I just ultimately hate is the fact that we did get to the point where it is a one-on-one confrontation with Goku and Jiren, which this series just really went out of its way to make sure this type of bullshit happens when it really doesn't call for it. This is a battle royal, okay? This is a team battle royal with contestants from different universes. So it should not have come down to a final 2 contestants. It should have come down to whoever's remaining from the surviving universes at this point, and this is a mad scramble to be the one to ultimately come out on top by either keeping their numbers up by the time runs out, or by getting rid of the other fighters. This type of a story arc did not call for the one-on-one confrontation at the end. It did not call for a big bad. So there's really no point in having Jiren be the big bad here. Especially with the fact that Jiren is the most boring motherfucker to ever be presented in Dragon Ball history. And this just really goes to show just how much of a hard-on the writers have for Goku. We always have to have it go down to Goku being in a dick measuring contest with the big bad. So pretty much right now we have it down to Goku and Jiren, and Goku has activated Ultra Instinct again. So here we are, Goku yet again proving he's got the biggest dick. It's like, come on, why do you think Chi-Chi has stayed with Goku for all this time? Because Goku's got one hell of a big dick. Because that's pretty much the whole case. It's Goku always wants to be the one to show that he has a bigger dick than everyone else, and that's really what this series ultimately amounts to in so many areas. Goku is one-upping everyone because he has to establish he has the biggest dick. And now we have it here. We're just gonna continue to play on this same old tired formula that really has no place in this particular story arc. Remember, back in episode 109, Belmod had given Jiren the orders to crush Goku. So Jiren has no excuses whatsoever for not doing so, especially considering he was given a direct order. Jiren has Goku right where he wants him, but still doesn't finish the job by making sure Goku falls out of the ring, similar to what he did with Kale earlier. But Jiren would go on to make sure Hit gets eliminated, somebody who he wasn't even ordered to get rid of, but the one he was ordered to get rid of, he did not do so. You can't even justify this in universe, as it makes no fucking sense. When I think that this series can't possibly get any worse, it somehow manages to limbo below my expectations, and my expectations are to the floor at this point. As a matter of fact, they're going past the floor. They're entering the gates of hell as we speak. How long has this tournament lasted so far? These have been the longest 48 minutes ever, especially now that we're down to the last 10 minutes. We had gotten down to the last 10 minutes like 10 episodes ago, and pretty much each episode is only taking up a minute. So you have a 20-minute episode that shows the events of 1 minute. A Dragon Ball minute is really fucking slow, if that's the case. You thought Goku and Frieza was bad. You thought that time went by incredibly slow when it comes to Planet Namek being destroyed. That's got nothing on this. Seriously, it doesn't. Because time is going by just incredibly slow, and we are just stretching this arc so ridiculously thin that we have reached One Piece levels of pacing. And you know what? Considering they're animated by the same studio, I really can't say I'm surprised. But this tournament just progressively gets worse and worse. This might as well have been a traditional tournament where we have an actual tournament bracket and not just simply have all of the characters all fighting at once, because this has got to be the most boring arc that Super has produced, because it's just drugged on too long, and really it is just really making punching and kicking people look really boring. It's just, fight scenes aren't better because you make them longer. Fight scenes are better when there's a sense of purpose to the fight, and when there are stakes and ramification and story presence and emotion placed into a fight. Not just having characters making dumb decisions to drag shit out longer and we create a whole bunch of artificial tension, or we just simply make the fight last longer just for the sake of making a fight last longer. It is high time for this story arc to end, because it's wasted so much time leading up to this point, as it's given me no reason to be invested in the characters involved, and now that it's decided to throw all of them away and get us down to yet another confrontation with Goku and Jiren, I just gotta say, can we just get this bullshit over with and just end this series already? It's a good thing the series is ending next month, because there's really nothing more that this series can possibly do. It's just, when I think of when I said don't get your hopes up about this story arc, that video is really speaking volumes now. So what do you guys think of this? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Also like and subscribe for more content to come. So that'll be the end of this video. Have a good day, everyone. This is Trace signing out.